Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is my 10 favourite female singers that were in groups or bands. Now in the next video I'm going to do my 10 favourite solo female singers. But for this case it's ones that fronted groups or bands or took the lead vocals on quite a few of the songs. Now you will find that there's one that will appear in the next video that could have featured in this one, but I'm not going to feature her twice, so she gets into the solo. Okay, so this is a mixture of all the styles of music I like. A lot of people will not agree, and it's not just how good a singer this person is, it's the songs that they're singing, how good they are, and their actual voice, in that she may not be the best singer in the world, but I like the sound of her voice. So lots of things go into this. So okay, we'll get into the 10, and number 10 is Liz Mitchell of Boney M, and this is the Love for Sale album, and the two big hits off this were Belfast and Ma Baker, but I love the Boney M singles. I actually really like their albums as well. Now Liz does take lead vocal on most of the songs. You think of things like Brown Girl in the Ring and Rivers of Babylon, Mary's Boy Child, Daddy Cool and all the rest of it. She's very prominent in the song, and Liz is the one here right at the bottom, and here it's the one on the left hand side. So absolutely great singer, great pop group, absolutely brilliant. Okay, they had nothing to do with the songwriting, don't care, that was Frank Farian. But yeah, absolutely love Boney M, and Liz is my number 10. Number 9 we have Annabella Lwin from Bow Wow Wow, which I think are a great band. They really only had 2 albums, this one here, When the Going Gets Tough and Tough Get Going, and See Jungle, Go Join Your Gang, yeah, City All Over, Go Ape Crazy. I think I got that right. Now there's a lot of controversy over the first album because they parodied the Monet picture Déjeuner sur l'herbe, where Annabella was sitting completely nude on the cover, but her mum wasn't too happy, and I can't blame her either. But the music within is great. Now this is like Burundi drums and so forth. It's basically Adam the Ant's part 2, because Adam Ant was coming out with the same sort of stuff. But yeah, really good. This may be not quite as good as the first album, but I'm fed up showing the other album. But you do get Do You Want to Hold Me on this, Roustabout, What's the Time, Hey Buddy, Ricky D, Tommy Tucker, Love, Peace and Harmony. Very good album, and yeah, I've always loved Bow Wow Wow, and she gets my number 9. At number 8 we have Andrea Corr from the Corrs, and that's Andrea up front there. Yeah, an absolutely wonderful singer. She does have an Irish accent, and you can hear it in her songs, but I absolutely love it. And this is Borrowed Heaven, probably their most underrated album. Their popularity was beginning to wane by this time, although it did have Summer Sunshine, which I think was a top 10 hit, and Angel on it, which did pretty well. But yeah, she's actually very good solo as well. She's only had 2 solo albums, but I haven't counted her in the solo listing. But the Corrs, really good band with some fantastic singles like Breathless, What Can I Do, Runaway, Only When I Sleep. Really, really good. So Andrea Corr gets my number 8. At number 7, and this is the greatest hits, and it's Claire Grogan of Altered Images, who has a very unique voice. Now Altered Images only released the 3 albums. There has been one over the past couple of years, but I don't actually count that for some reason, because it's only her. And 3 completely different albums. The first one was very dark, very Susie and the Banshees influenced. The second one was like bubblegum pop, and the third one was like a disco album, and they're all very good albums. Now this is Collected Images, which is basically a greatest hit, so it has all the singles on it, like Happy Birthday, See Those Eyes, I Could Be Happy, Dead Pop Stars, I Love to Stay, Don't Talk to Me About Love, Bring Me Closer. Really, really good album, and there's the rest of the band there. So Claire Grogan gets my number 7. At number 6, and I just can't not put this lady on the list, and it's Carpenter of the Carpenters, and this is Horizon, probably my favourite with Only Yesterday on it, Solitaire and Please Mr. Postman. Her voice is like silk, it really is. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's such a tragedy of what happened to her with anorexia whenever she died in 1983, I believe. But the Carpenters I grew up with, things like Yesterday Once More, Top of the World, Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft, absolutely wonderful stuff. And as I say, her voice, you could listen to her all day, absolutely beautiful, and she gets my number 6. So at number 5, and we have Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles, and Susanna is the one with the guitar sitting down on the chair. Absolutely gorgeous looking girl, but she's got a gorgeous voice as well, and you can really hear it with Eternal Flame, the big #1 hit. It's not a deep voice, it's quite a high voice, but this album here is the very first album all over the place, and it has Going Down to Liverpool on it. James is one of my favourites, Tell Me, Dover Beach, an absolutely fantastic album. Now the Bangles did split the vocals up with every single member, so the 2 Peterson girls sang as well as Mickey Steele. However, Susanna was regarded as the lead singer, and I think overall she got more songs. But an absolutely brilliant band from the 80s. They released 3 albums first time round, and then whenever they reformed in the 2000s, 2 more came out, and they're all very good. So number 5, Susanna Hoffs of the Bangles. And at number 4 we have Debbie Harry from Blondie, and this is Eat to the Beat with Union City Blue, Dreamin' and Atomic on it. All those early albums are really good, from Blondie up to and including The Hunter has a lot of good stuff on it. Then they reformed in 1999 and released about 4 or 5 albums since. They're not as good, although I do like the No Exit album quite a bit. But yeah, whenever I first saw her, 1978 it was, whenever she was doing Denis, it became a big hit in the UK. You know, I was 12 years old and the eyes were popping out of my head, really were. Beautiful, beautiful woman, and it's a really, really good band, Blondie, and honestly, those first few albums are excellent. My favourite happens to be All American because it is so varied, but I love it to bits. So Debbie Harry, iconic singer from Blondie, and she gets my number 4. Now number 3, this one could be in the solo artist, but I don't really like her solo stuff. It's Diana Ross and Part of the Supremes, and Diana Ross is where my hand is. Yeah, absolutely brilliant group, and I love their harmonies, I love their singles. Their albums aren't that bad either, with little bits of filler on them here and there, but such an iconic group. They're unbelievable, like things like Baby Love and Where Did Our Love Go, The Happening, You Can't Hurry Love, Back in My Arms Again, all fantastic stuff. Yeah, huge in America especially. They have over 10 #1s I believe in America. I'm not too sure how many they had here, maybe 1 or 2. But this is Meet the Supremes, and this doesn't really, oh, this says Where Did Our Love Go on it, it's the opening track. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Diana Ross as part of the Supremes, and the Supremes were never the same after she left. So that's my number 3. And at number 2 we have Chrissie Hynde of the Pretenders. You could nearly call her a solo artist because she did everything. She wrote all the songs, she sang all the songs. But this is Viva Eleanor from 1999, and this is one of her most underrated albums, with the 2 singles, Human and Pop Star, on it. But the Pretenders throughout the 80s and even up to now are fantastic. You know, the first album with Brass and Pocket and Stop Your Sobbing and Kid, brilliant. The second album with Talk of the Town, Message of Love, Day After Day, I Go to Sleep, brilliant. And the Learning to Crawl album, the third album with so many singles like Back in the Chain Gang, Middle of the Road, or the Christmas one, 2000 Miles. But yeah, absolutely brilliant, iconic singer again. Now whenever I think of Chrissie Hynde, I tend to group her along with Debbie Harry, the blonde one and the dark one, but I've always preferred the Pretenders. So Chrissie Hynde gets it, and it's my number 2. Okay, so who is my favourite? And I'm cheating here because I can't pick one, I have to pick 2, and there's no prizes for guessing who my two favourite female singers are in a group, and yes, you got it, it's Hynde and Andrea from ABBA. Now I could talk for about 45 minutes about ABBA and how much I love ABBA, how great their singing is, how great the whole band is, how great the songwriting is, everything about this band I love. But I'm just going to say that the two girls, their voices blend together. One is a soprano, one is a mezzo soprano, so it's slightly different. Hynde's slightly deeper than Andrea, but blend the two of them together and you get magic. And for me, Hynde and Andrea are my favourites of female singers in a group. So that's my number one, Hynde and Andrea. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. That was the first of the two videos. The next one will be solo singers only, and I will have that very soon. I might even record it after I upload this. So that's me for now. All the best now. Bye bye.